Today I want to kind of go over chargebacks and ways to deal with it. Had some agents that I had to kind of talk off the ledge because they thought they did the right job, and they probably did. But yet, when you're not in a house with every agent every single time, it's somewhat challenging for a manager or for somebody to actually understand exactly what transpired throughout the entire presentation. So, to start off with, you can do a job 100% correct, cross your T's, dot your I's, do everything perfect, get information from everybody, put it all together, and there's some people who are just going to cancel. Really doesn't matter what you say or how you say it. You know you need it, you built the value, you did everything 100% dead on, seal of excellence stamp. Some people are just going to cancel. So let's kind of talk about what I'm going to recommend you to do when you're in a home trying to get the person, excuse me, trying to get that person to buy something from you, also solidify the sale, and then kind of put the icing on the cake with the cherry to hopefully they want to keep it. So we've talked about this before. People buy based on the emotions and the financial decisions that you discuss with them. And then after the fact, thoughts go through their mind and they keep it on logic, or they get rid of it based on something unexpected coming up. Now, when you're in a home with a client, we always want to try to keep the premiums minimum of $50, $60 a month, depending on the situation. Some may be higher, some may be lower, but let's try to keep it around $50, $60. And what we want to do as we're going through the presentation with the person, we've got to let them know, feel that you're there to help them to personally design a program for them, so when something does happen, there's a program there to take care of them. That's why it's nice to leave them this little paper, which is on the back office saying, I am your policy. And also kind of nice for you to even go over it with them before you leave. So the mere fact is that they can see what they've done and what that policy is promising to do for them when that day comes and they pass away. Every client is different. What may work for one may not work for the other. So what ends up happening is that we end up getting confused when we leave. Did I do it the right way? Did I touch on this enough? Did I pound on that too hard? So what ends up happening, you start second guessing yourself. So what we got to sit and look at is that you got to sit and put all of your thoughts and your closes and your rebuttals and all that stuff together and pick out the one that you feel is going to work best for everybody. Throughout a presentation, you may have to make some changes for the mere fact is that the client have a child running around, or they may have to be answering the phone because something's going down. So you need to kind of take all that stuff into account when you're visiting with them. To me, a lot of times people cancel because when we left the house, we did not put that sense in their heart and in their stomach that what they did was the best of the best decision that they made. They'll sit and say, well, I'm not going to get it now, because now they're trying to justify why they should cancel it because of the fact they're in good health, they're not going to die, they got a bill that's more important to pay, I can start it again, I can do all these things here. Yesterday, a carrier gives me a call, and I'm on the phone, and I click over, and they said, Joe, this is the carrier, and you have a client who has canceled their policy, and they want to get it back, yet they don't want to pay the 5 months back charge to reinstate it. I said, okay. So I said, well, what is the name? So I write it down. And I called the client up, and her name didn't sound familiar to me. So I said, well, maybe I wrote it a long time ago. They said, I asked them, I said, when did I write it? They said, sir, you wrote it in November of 2018. And, you know, I write like maybe 2-3 policies a month. I don't write a lot of policies. And that name just didn't ring a bell. So I called Jay up. I said, Jay, bring it up on the computer. So he brings it up. He said, Joey says, that's Jack Skaggs' client. So the carrier calls me to let me know one of my clients messes up. So I call up Jack and I said, Jack, hey, they told me this is the second time she's actually canceled. He said, Joe, coincidentally, she called me yesterday and wants to reinstate it. So the first thought goes to my mind, why did the carrier call me? Because Jack's still an active agent. So I start thinking and talking to Jack. So after we hung up the phone, you start thinking, you've done it for $10,000, they cancel it. You do it for $10,000 and they cancel it. So what you start thinking is, should I write them two policies, one for $5 and one for $5? So in the event something was to happen and they have to cancel one, tell them just to cancel the one for $5 and you've got $5 left. So that's the first thought that went to my mind. Or do you tell the client, listen, why don't we just write one policy for $5,000, let's work it into your budget and I can come back in 3 or 4 months and we can add another one to it. Or do you just go back and write another one for $10,000? Because the two that she bought and canceled were both within a 12-month period. Coincidentally, she lives right around the corner from Jack, so it's not as if he had to travel 40, 50 miles to go see her. Yet, you got to sit and think, what goes through a client's mind? I didn't want it, I don't need it, today's not a good day. So what we've got to do is when we're in a house, we've got to almost prepare the client in our mind that they could cancel it for whatever reason. So when we're speaking with the client, we've got to let them know that what they're getting, not many people can get. Not many people can qualify for this program. Even if their health is not good, not many people can qualify for this program here. You're very fortunate. I'm an independent broker. I represent a lot of different companies. And I do have one to fit your need. Fortunately, I've got something. If something else was to go wrong with you, I may not be able to write you. Even though you've got a guaranteed issue, you got to put some sense of need in it for the client. Because what ends up happening is that they don't care about you, they don't care about your time, they don't care about your chargeback, what you paid for leave, they just don't care. So what we've got to do is that since you know that they do not have that much caring for you, you got to sit and say, well, I care about me, I do care about that client, there is a need that they want it, it's something that they want to have. What can I do to help them keep this through the hard times when they're going through their mind, I want to cancel it? Now, if you got a client that is changing ages, let's say they're 63 and in 3 months they're going to age 64, okay? 6 months going to age 64. They're going up one age. In the conversation, the nice part about doing business with me, man, is that our programs are locked in. So today you're 63 years old. When you turn 64, your premiums stay the same. They're going to always be the same. So a lot of times what's happened with some people, they decided they just want to cancel it just because. Then they call me back when they're a higher age and they want it, and they're upset because the price has gone up. So it's just the way the insurance works. Insurance works on your gender, if you're a smoker or a non-smoker, and your health. So my suggestion is, and what I tell all my clients is that you're at your youngest age, you're at your best health, I'm going to get you the best program out there, and I'm going to lock everything in where your cash value starts next month. You're guaranteed if something happens, they're going to get the money from the policy if you pass away accidentally or naturally. This is why these programs are so important, and you cannot afford to let this go. What I like to tell people is that the programs that I can design for you can be $2 a day, $2.50 a day, $3 a day. My job is to show you the programs, and you're going to pick out the one you feel comfortable having that amount being sent in every month. I like doing business differently, I tell people. I want to give you some options. I want to let you know why you should get this on top of the reasons why you sent the card in. I'm going to go over why the value of this company is better than the other ones I have. And I want to draw you a picture and let you know that when something does happen, okay? And something happens, bye-bye, Tim. Something does happen to you, okay? And you do pass away, your son, Anthony, your daughter, Marie, are going to call me and I'm going to walk them through the entire process. I've got friends of mine who are in the funeral business. I got friends of mine who do cremations, full funerals, graveside funerals. I've been doing this for 23 years, so I've got all the connections that your children are going to need. So when that sad day comes for them and you pass away, the beauty is you've got me. You can be looking down from heaven and seeing that I'm taking care of your kids, walking them through the process, which is something that I do, okay? Walking them through the process, so it'll make their life a lot easier. I said I've run across people before who've had insurance before, and for whatever reason they decide they don't feel they need it and they cancel it, and they pass away unexpectedly. The kids call me and tell me, Joe, I see how my mother has a policy with you. I want to know what I got to do. She passed away a couple days ago. I said, hold on a second. I tell Jay, check it out, because this did happen about 6 months ago. Jay, check it out. I said, Joe, she canceled. We sent her a letter, and she called us and said she didn't want to do anything. So the kids will see the old policies thinking the parent had something, and they've got nothing. So this has happened before, and I don't want this to happen to you. So today, before I leave, I want to make sure that the program that we decide is best for you. And you will have the final decision, the final say-so of which one you're going to move forward with. Even though you're going to help them with the higher premiums, we're going to make sure it stays in place. So when that unexpected day comes, you know that I'm going to be there to help Anthony and Marie out, because that's going to be the saddest day of their life. Okay? Now, what I've learned over the years is that when I'm speaking with a client, I try to calm my jets down. I try to throw some voice inflection in there to where when I'm speaking with them, I'm emphasizing certain words on how I'm here to help. I will assist your children when this day comes. I've got contacts in the funeral business. It is part of my job, and my job has started today, and it's not really going to end until the day I pass away. It brings me great joy to help people out, and the nice part about my job is that when I go home at nighttime, I can actually sit and say, I helped out 2 or 3 more families today. By letting people know you've got compassion kind of helps. It doesn't prevent. What prevents them from canceling is an unexpected bill that they just want to pay. You may have rushed through your presentation. You may have not given them all of the ways that the program works, level benefits, level face amount, cash value, because what ends up happening is that somebody may cancel because they may speak to the person next door. And if you're talking to a client who's 70 years old, they talk to their 60-year-old friend next door, and they said, I've got a policy for $10,000, it cost me $80. The 60-year-old says, I got a policy for $10,000, only cost me $57. The older person is going to say, my God, why is yours so cheap compared to mine? So the younger person is say, well, let me turn you on to my agent. He took care of me, he's going to take care of you. So without the 70-year-old person thinking, they're just going to cancel their policy, call the other one up thinking they're going to get it for the same price, not knowing it's based on gender, age, and smoker or non-smoker. So these are things you need to go over with the client and give them examples as I just gave you. What ends up happening is that sometimes we're afraid to give a client an example or tell them they may cancel because, Joe, you can't say that to them. Because if you say that to them, they're going to cancel. They're going to cancel, they're going to cancel. You got to be realistic, and you got to draw them a picture and tell them that it is based on your age. Give them examples like I just gave you with somebody who thought they had coverage, the kids called, they had nothing. Okay? You need to tell them that it's based on whether you're a man or a woman, based on your health. Because what ends up happening is that some people at the same age can have the same everything, the same face amount for $10,000. One can pay $70 and one can pay $120. And you're probably asking yourself, how can that be, Joe? You just said male, female, smoker, non-smoker, health. That person could have had a heart attack. a year ago. That person could have had cancer. The other person could be in perfect health with no type of medications. So by drawing and telling them stories throughout your conversation, hopefully some of that stuff sticks in there, so when that thought crosses their mind that they may want to cancel or they're going to cancel, hopefully something pops in their mind. I like sending out thank you cards because I really do appreciate them buying something from me, because that's how I pay my bills. I like to send out a card 4 to 6 weeks after, see if they got any questions. I like to send out a card 3 or 4 months later just to keep myself in front of them. A little card, and the card has my picture in it. Okay? When I was out hustling a whole lot more, and I had Diane working with me part-time, Diane used to call the people up. Hey, this is Diane calling from Joe Chacho, your insurance agent's office. And we just wanted to make sure everything is going okay. Joe wanted to know if you need for us to come by and see you. Do you need anything? I see your birthday's coming up in June. Maybe you want us to come by and do a little review to see if you want some more coverage, because if you get it before June, your premiums will be a whole lot less. So what you're doing is that you are now solidifying you're still in the business. If they do want something, you're planting a seed in their mind, maybe not today, but maybe next month. You're touching on them, okay? Joe says no matter what you need, call us. Do you have one of these coffee cups he left you? You do? Okay. All you got to do is get the coffee cup. If something comes up with the payment, come across some hard times, you want to think about something, you need some of the cash value, call us. We'll be right there. I'll get Joe to change his schedule for you, have him go to your house immediately and take care of you, because we value you. People want to feel special. People want to be appreciated. You go have dinner at a restaurant. If you got a waitress or waiter that takes care of you and they're really not that nice to you, you're not going to do a chargeback. You're probably not going to tip them the full amount that you normally do. Have you ever gone to some restaurants where they check on you 900 times and they bring your food out too quick and you go, oh my God, I said I wanted to relax. Why are you bugging me so much? So you know you got agents that talk too much, as in servers that just sit and over want to take care of you, or you got the waiter that doesn't come back, serves you your food, you need ketchup or something, or you need some hot sauce, and you never see them again, and you got to grab somebody else, your waiter's outside smoking a cigarette, doing something. Stay in contact with your people. Let them know you appreciate them. Send them cards out. If you need company cards, put your picture on the card. Send them over the card. I used to go to the dollar store, buy 8 cards for $1. The little small cards this big here. Between the stamp and the card today, it probably costs you 60 cents to mail them out. Okay? What Diane used to do for me, she used to make out all the cards for me. Thank you very much. You need me for anything. So I used to sign the bottom Joe. She'd put my return address on the little sticker on top. All I did was put the person's name on the front of the envelope and put down on the top, you know, Dear Mr. Jones, or Hello Mrs. Smith, or Frank, whatever. And I used to drop it in the mail that day when I was out, or when I got home, put it in my home mailbox for the postman to get it. Staying in touch with the person, go into details, giving them examples of why they should not cancel, why this policy is so good. I think that's going to help you conserve a lot more business. Because the part about our job that is the most challenging, first of all, is get in front of somebody, then to sit and convince them or convey to them why they should get it, overcome the objections, make the sale. Yet, 2 months later, 3 months later, when they decide that they don't want it or they cancel it, your mind is sitting saying, my God, now I've got a doggone chargeback. You know, now you start second guessing yourself, did I not do this here? So, what you ought to do, especially if you're a new agent, you should make up a little checklist of what you need to go through. Okay? Make a checklist up of people who had policies that canceled, kids called. You're there for them no matter when they need you. You've been doing this for a long period of time. I got friends of mine in the business. Have a little checklist, because if you have this stuff written down in front of you, like this here, people can't read upside down. Okay? People cannot read upside down. And you can sit and say, listen, I've got a little chart here that I go down to make sure I touch on all the areas I've got to touch on, because it's not a lot of stuff, but there's important stuff I need to make sure you understand. And throughout my conversation, if you want to interrupt me, ask me a question, please do so. Let people feel that you are a normal, everyday person. You're not an insurance agent there to sell them something. You are a professional person who's there to assist, aid, and guide them to protect their loved ones, so when that day comes, you're there to give them your heart and soul to help them out. So with that said, guys, I hope this helps. Make it a great day. Make it a great weekend. See you on the next call. And as always, I appreciate your hard work. Hit them hard and call us if you need us. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.